Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti from anthonymorganti.com, and this is episode 47 of Photo Critiques. And in Photo Critiques, people send me in some of their best work, and I critique each shot with suggestions on how they can improve. And today, I'm pleased to critique the work of Mark Christian Fajardo, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. And Mark is 16 years old, and he's from the Philippines, and you're going to find Mark is super talented. Very talented photographer, and this first shot is kind of typical of his style. He likes, like these macros that are kind of singular with a lot of I don't want to call it negative space, but let's say interesting space in the background. And this one is indicative of his style. And I really like this. It's called specular highlights in the background, and you typically get that just when you have it out of focus. Any light source in the background that gets out of focus. If your lens is more stopped down with a smaller aperture, you'll get the diaphragm shape that it is in. In this case, it looks like it's a 7-blade diaphragm. So you'll actually get that if you're stopped down more, and if you're more open, it'll be more round. But he did a really nice job. Let's see, it's at f11, so we're starting to get that whatever a 7-shaped object is, and very cool, very nice shot. The focus is pretty good. The focus is tight. I like it a lot. It looks like it's a little limited depth of field even at f11, so that's why it's so critical to nail focus on anything when you're focusing close like this. So he did a really nice job on this shot. And this shot I like too. I like the composition. I like that he chose black and white, and I like the light, the way the light is hitting it. It's soft, but yet it still shows a lot of detail in the flower. The focus overall is a tiny bit soft. That might be the effect he's looking for. That's why I don't really want to criticize focus too much. Typically, when I say typically, I don't mean 100% of the time, but I mean usually people, when they're shooting macros and things close-up flowers, they want the best focus possible towards the middle of the flower. He does have probably the best focus possible in the middle of the flower, but it's still a little soft. The other thing I want to point out is it's a little over-processed, a little too much sharpening. You could see this line right here, I think, in the video. You got these lines here, and typically you'll get that if you over sharpen the image. So there's no substitute for getting focus in the camera. You can't correct for an out of focus shot with software, so you really have to nail the focus in the camera. In this case, these lines that I'm talking about don't look that bad. You don't really even notice them when you're looking at on a computer at normal view angle or normal view size, I mean. But if you print this and he gets it blown up to any size, 8 by 10 even, that could become an issue. So he might want to back down the processing here so he gets rid of these lines if he's going to print this shot. Now this shot here, I love the colors, the warmth, I love the mist, I love this, I love everything from there down. Why I don't like the sun is because it's an obvious fake. It's obviously a mashup. He shot at 55 millimeters, and the sun just isn't that big at 55 millimeters. So it's kind of, it doesn't match, the scene. If you were going for, like I have a shot of Niagara Falls with my sun in it, where I have this moon that's about the size of Jupiter, and it's an obvious, I did it on purpose is what I'm trying to say, because I was trying to tell a story. And in this case, I don't see much of a story, but I do see a lot of potential in that. If you could see that this tree line comes down and comes down, and then this tree line comes over and goes down. So we have this kind of natural valley of tree right here. And we have a natural leading line of this like stream or river or creek going this way. If he had a normal size sun and he had it lower, maybe right in here, it would be a natural line and not bullseye, so not in the middle, but over here somewhere. I would like to see that shot with the same colors, the same everything else, but a more normal sized sun right in here, even maybe just peeking over the horizon. I don't know. Try it in different spots, see what what you like. But I think if Mark did that, I think that it would improve this shot a lot. Yeah, this shot's perfect. I love the spotlighting that he has on it. The focus is perfect. I mean, you could see the scratches in the coins. It's very well done. This shot I like a lot too. I love this kind of diagonal line of the hillside, I'd say. The negative space behind it. I love the kind of almost specular lights of the reflections off the water droplets. Again, though, the focus for me is a bit of an issue. We're really in tight focus right here, which is kind of weird. That's the outside of the frame. I would have liked something right in here to be actually in the tightest focus. Now you get some glare, it's going to make it a little blurry too, but it's not glare that I'm looking at. It's just not in perfect focus right in here. But from an artistic point of view, if he's going for an art shot, I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful shot. This too, very nice study of texture. If you're going to photography school and the teacher says, I want you to go out this weekend and get a shot that shows texture, and you know, this is nice. I love the lighting. I love the light vignette he put on there to bring your attention more towards the biddle. The focus is perfect. Very well done. This shot too, now he's at f of 5.6, which is probably wide open at the 52 millimeter mark of this zoom lens. So that's as wide open as it could get. So the background's a little busy. This would have been better served with a lens that he could use a bigger aperture, you know, f at 2.8, to really get a better bokeh in the back. That's the blur in the back. Typically we call it bokeh. When I first started in photography, that wasn't a word. There was no such thing as that. Some people call it bokeh. Call it whatever you want. What it is blur. You know, an attractive blur in the background. The other issue again is the focus. It's really, you know, blurry. It's not very well focused. Now again, maybe that's the look he wants. Maybe he wants this total soft look. So who am I to criticize? The other thing, there's a slight, I don't know if you could see it. There's just a slight like dark and white line on some of the verticals in here. Right here, just a little slight black and white line, and that typically happens from over sharpening again. So remember, sharpening isn't a substitute for focus. So you got to nail the focus when you take the shot. Sharpening is, you know, comes to help enhance the picture a little bit, but it's not going to correct for an out of focus shot. The composition itself, though, I love. I love the composition. And this shot I love too. And now focus is nailed on here. You could just see how clear and perfectly focused it is. You can see the scratches on the lens. The spotlighting is a nice effect, and it's very well done. This shot here, all this negative space, I love his style. I love this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go out to the botanical gardens in the next couple weeks, and I'm going to do shots just like this. And very well done. The thing though too is the focus. As you can see, this is really blurry on this one. You know, again, is that the look he was going for? I still would have liked to have seen him had this really in tight focus. At f of 9, most of this flower should have been in focus. So I would like to see him get tighter focus on these type of macro shots. This is my favorite shot that he took. I just love the colors. I love the composition. And the focus on this one is tight, very tight. Look at that. You can see the glare of the light off the hairs of the grasses. Very well done. Diagonal line, natural diagonal line of the plant going through. He has the sun behind the grasses, and he has limited lens flare, which is very nicely done. And this is Mark. This is a great shot of many great shots that you sent me. And that's it. I really do appreciate 16-year-old Mark Christian Fajardo. I'm sorry, Mark, if I'm mispronouncing your name. Great stuff. I know a lot of you people tune in to hear me mispronounce the names because it gives you a chuckle. But I really strive to pronounce people's names correctly. Mark, thank you very much, and I'd like to thank everyone for sending me photos to critique. I'm really running about 4 weeks now. I'm doing the best I can. I do appreciate everyone watching my videos. Words cannot express how much I thankful I am that you people enjoy my videos and visit my website. Thank you very much. If you guys have time, go over to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate that. So that's it for episode 47. I'll talk to you guys soon.